Oh, come on.
Update week.
I know.
Yep.
Our favorite.
I know. We weren't sure it was going to happen. But we were able to get it together in the 11th hour. As of this morning, we weren't sure.
Yeah, we weren't 100% sure. But no, Fritch magic. Just pure magic.
I try, guys. I try.
24 karat magic over
Kind of a
here.
stalker.
Yeah. So let's go back to October. Joe is looking for a second date update this morning. He went out with a woman named Shel, and we're going to try to help him out. Hi, Joe.
Hey, good morning. Good to talk to you guys.
Good to talk to you. How can we help?
All right. Well, I had a couple of really great dates with this girl. And listen, I thought we were hitting it off, but now she's, I don't know, ghosting me. I haven't heard from her. She's not returning my calls and texts. So hopefully she'll take your call.
Did things end weird the last time you saw her? Like, did you have an idea that she might be blowing you off, or is this a complete surprise to you?
This is a total, complete surprise.
Okay. How'd you meet?
We met online, and then our first date, we had a nice coffee afternoon, very casual date. It went really well, and then as we were leaving, I asked if I could take her for a second date, this time for dinner, something more formal. And she seemed really excited about it. I picked her up, took her to a nice restaurant, an Italian restaurant. I did run into a few of her friends, and I don't know if that was planned or if it was a coincidence, but whatever. They seemed to be really nice. They were friendly. They seemed to like me. We all hung out for like a little bit. And then after dinner, I took her home. Gave her a kiss goodnight after talking about the date, that it was great conversations. There was a lot of flirting. And I was just like, listen, we have a lot in common. I was hoping that we can take it the next step. She seemed great about it. The kiss was amazing. And then I reached out to her the next day, just texting, seeing how she's doing. She didn't respond. I tried her again in the afternoon. Nothing. Tried a few times. Nothing. So I don't know. I'm just confused, and I'm hoping to get some answers.
I think it's unusual for someone to just suddenly ghost you after a couple of dates, especially when you had a conversation the night before about how great things are going, and you share this. You said it was an amazing kiss. So I don't know.
Yeah.
At least give the poor guy an explanation and say, sorry, my ex is back in my life and I got to see this through, or whatever.
I found out I'm having a baby.
Yeah. That's happened.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant accidentally by somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, God. I hope that's not the case.
Yeah, but it didn't go farther than the kiss, but everything felt groovy as you said goodbye and you had this kiss, and it was understood that you have a lot in common and that you wanted to. What did you mean by take it to the next level? I should ask that.
Well, that we want to, officially start dating, getting to know each other, hopefully be exclusive. That will eventually lead to a relationship.
I see.
Not to do a casual dating kind of thing,
Maybe that scared her. Maybe she's not ready for that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Stage 5. Here we
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
He's into me. I don't like him anymore.
Rich got one or two of those, and she went bolting the other way.
Well, it's because I wasn't ready to commit to anybody, especially if you really liked me. I was like, ooh, I don't think so.
See, the weird thing is that I didn't get that sense. At dinner, we had a lot of great conversations, a lot of flirting, and we talked about the idea, just relationships in general, what she thought about it, and commitment. And it seemed that we had a lot of common with that. We were on the same page with that. So okay. I don't know.
So you got the sense she's open to
yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, buddy, why don't we take a break? When we come back, Joe, we're going to call Shelly and just kind of feel her out.
All right, cool. Thank you so much.
See what she's thinking. See where her head is at, and if there's any chance of you two ever getting together again. If you got any shot at this relationship, we'll find out. A second date update continues next with Jeff and Jenn, Cincinnati's Q102. Joe met Shelley online. They've actually been out on a couple of dates, but all of a sudden it came to a screeching halt after a dinner they had at a nice restaurant. He took her home. He had what he thought, in his opinion, was an amazing kiss with her. He had a little chat with her, too, as they were saying goodbye. Listen, I think you and I have a lot in common, and I think we're good together, and I'd like to take this to the next level, meaning he wanted to date exclusively. And she seemed open to it because, as he understood it, she is also looking for a monogamous relationship. Up until now, we've assumed with him, if not someone else. But maybe she's changed her mind because he texted her the next day, a couple times, actually, and there's been no response from her. Did I miss out any? You did mention that she ran into some friends. I mean, do you think that played a role? Were there any guys that none of them were exes of hers?
Or do you think the girls?
No, they were all friends and they were all couples, So everybody was with somebody. No, it was nothing like that.
Gotcha.
And you sure that none of, you didn't get any side eyes from any of them, like disapproval of
None
any?
whatsoever. They were really friendly and they seemed to really like me.
Okay. You ready to call her?
Absolutely.
All right.
Hello.
Hi, Shelly. It's Jeff and Jenn along with Fritch and Tim at Q102. How are you this morning?
Like from the radio?
Same ones.
Hi. Good morning.
How's life treating you?
Hopefully really good if I won something.
Well, I'll tell you what, we would love to send you to dinner with a mutual friend of ours.
Who?
This is someone you've been out with before. We spoke with Joe, who told us about your coffee date and your recent dinner date, and we just want to check in and see what you've been up to. Was that a groan?
It was just I just can't believe this is happening. Okay.
Well, you've heard second date update before, no?
Yeah, of course.
And I guess there had been a couple of attempts to get a hold of you via text, and you hadn't responded. And I don't know if your phone
he
died.
texted me a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just been busy, or you got something else going on?
I just am not. I wasn't feeling it.
No?
It's sort of a long story.
Oh, we got time, girl. Let's go.
Traffic can wait.
Well, for the record, I thought he was really great. We went out once for coffee in the afternoon, and then he asked me out to dinner and came by and picked me up at my house. And then we had a lovely dinner. It was awesome. And he walked me back to the car. I was going to open the car door. And then I noticed a decal, one of those sticker things on the back of his trunk.
Mm-hmm.
And it said, "I rescue stray cats. Please Venmo me." And then it was his Venmo handle.
Okay.
So we opened the door and I got in, and as he was driving me back to the house, I asked him about it, and he said that he actually did rescue a stray cat once and asked people to send him money to help with some of the vet bills and shots and stuff, and they did. So he got one of those decals made and put it up, but when I asked him okay, so how many have you rescued? And he said just the one. And I asked him if he was planning to get more, was this recent? And he was like, no, he has other bills to pay. He doesn't have time to take care of a ton of stray cats. So I asked him how much he's gotten, and he said hundreds of dollars.
Oh, wow.
For this one stray cat.
Oh.
And
So he's using it as an income stream.
yeah, he's using it not for the cats. It's one thing if he was donating it to a shelter or to a good cause or to vets or something, but he's not. He's buying shoes and hoodies, and I'm just thinking to myself the entire way home, isn't that illegal?
He's a scammer.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I was
not
just really
cool.
bummed.
I've seen stuff on the freeway where, if you've driven to Nashville, where every bachelorette party is,
Yes,
or a
they do
bachelor
that.
party, they'll put it
Right.
on the side of their
Yeah.
car, in the that paint that will wash off, and it'll say, "Buy me a
Yeah.
drink. It's my
Yes.
bachelor party."
Venmo,
Here's my
at
Venmo.
blah, blah, blah. I've seen that before.
Yeah.
It was sad. He was a really good kisser, and we had such a good conversation. But I don't know. That just seemed wrong and shady and weird, and I didn't want to be part of it.
Dude, what are you doing?
Look, it's not illegal. I may have exaggerated how much money I've gotten, but I know the day will come when I'll have to rescue another stray. So look, it's not a total lie.
It feels illegal and at the very least unethical.
Your
It feels like a scam.
scam.
It exists, man. I saw a guy make $30,000, and all he did on his thing is say, "Help me make potato salad," and set up a GoFundMe. And people just gave him $30,000 for potato
Wow.
salad.
Maybe I need to
That's
try
what I'm
something.
saying.
I think we should just ask. Help me pay off my
Since I'm
Honda.
not going to do the OnlyFans thing, maybe I just...
I only owe $8,000.
Hey, I do rescue cats.
Help a sister out. I don't. This is just for fun.
I almost brought 2 more home just a couple weekends ago.
Jen.
As I said before, it's not illegal. I'm setting it up to help rescue another stray when the time comes.
It's not right to do, though. Like, I just feel bad for all the people who's sending you money. Like, that's just wrong.
I mean, you yourself said you've made hundreds of dollars from this, and you essentially admitted to her that you're not spending it on that, unless she got that wrong and you've got some kind of escrow account on standby for when you do.
No. Look, I may have exaggerated how much money I've gotten, but whatever she's referencing, no, that's not the case. Like I said, it's not illegal, and it's not a total lie.
How much money would you say you have made from this?
I don't know at the top of my head. I'd have to go and look that up.
What would you guesstimate?
I don't know, like 200, I would say, maybe.
Which means probably 800.
And do you have that money on hand now, sitting in an account somewhere on standby, ready to rescue your next cat?
My next cat is called Jamaica.
I have it on standby for the next cat, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just has an ick factor for me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I assume, Shelley, this means there's no chance of a second date here, correct?
No, there is no second date. Or third date in this case. No thanks.
Right. Okay, so that was back in October. Fast forward to today, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome Shelley back to the Jeff and Jen Morning Show. Hi, Shelley.
Hi.
Hi, Shelley.
Hey, so good to talk to you again.
You too.
I really didn't think we would talk to you again after that. It sounded like it was pretty much over.
I thought it was, but I just had to tell you about what happened recently.
Okay, what happened recently?
Okay, this is a little bit unbelievable and far-fetched, but no joke, this happened. Pretty messed up. There wasn't a second date, but I did see him again. It was super brief, and I didn't say a word, but I was at a red light, and I saw him in Clifton. He was wearing these ratty clothes. He was super dirty and standing on a street corner with a cat on a leash, holding a sign that said, quote, "Homeless and disabled, please help me feed my precious Sasha."
Oh, no. He's taken the cat whole using cats for money thing to a whole new level.
I just couldn't believe it.
I need to do that.
You need to take Gracie out?
Yeah, it's my new side hustle. We're going to make money together. You and me, kid.
Yeah, that haircut you've given her. People might buy in.
Just keeping her cool for the summer. Eliminates hairballs.
Yeah. Does
Cool
she ever,
for the summer.
Does she ever look in the mirror? She like that do?
I don't think she does.
Hey, Jeff shaves his cat. That's what.
Yeah, otherwise she would be this beautiful, fluffy black cat.
Matted mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, that somehow doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm not that
It really
shocked
doesn't
either.
sound that far-fetched at all, to be quite honest with you.
So was anybody giving him any money? Did you see any bills exchanged?
Oh, yeah. That was probably the most surprising part. He would pick up the cat and, like, nuzzle her and give, like, people prayer hands and say, "Bless you," when they would pass by. And in the red light that I was at and stopped, 4 different cars stopped him to give him money. And one time, I'm squinting a little bit, but he even got teary-eyed with a particularly old woman.
Uh-huh.
I was stunned. He's not homeless or disabled, and unless a lot changed in the past few weeks or months, and I sincerely doubt it, he's totally scamming these people, and that poor cat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that
and
poor
that's not
cat.
cool because there are people who really need that money, real homeless or disabled
Right.
people who are trying to supplement whatever they can to put a roof over their head or
survive.
eat,
Yeah,
especially when those shelters are full during the cold weather.
right.
That's pretty amazing and hard to resist if you think about it.
Oh my God, I never can. I mean, I'm one of those people that tends to, if I'm going to be there for long enough, I'm going to pull money out all the time. But I'm much more likely to give a 5 or a 10 or whatever to somebody who's got an
If there's
animal
an
with
animal
them.
there.
Yeah, for sure. For
Not
sure.
surprised.
No. Oh my
Wow.
God. I wonder if he's doing this like regularly.
I don't know. I haven't seen him since, but I did I couldn't resist. I went by a couple of hours later just to see if he was still there and to call him out, but he was gone. There was no trace of him whatsoever. And Yeah.
Well,
haven't seen
if
him
that
since, like I said.
intersection is profitable for him, I'll bet you it's a matter of time before you see him there again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On
It's
471, where you get off into, there's a Liberty Street exit there. In OTR, there's a lady with a dog. That's her spot. She's always there by the Staples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it must be good.
Yeah. So give us a description of what he looks like, because I don't want people not giving money to, say, if there is another person experiencing homelessness that has a cat.
Legitimately.
Right. I don't want people driving by because they think that's your guy. So what does your guy look like? What does the cat look like? Give us a description.
I want to be clear, he's not my guy. But he's 20s.
The man you know.
Sorry, you know what we meant, right?
Yeah. He's in his 20s and like clearly in his 20s, about 5'10", but he's kind of like hunched over, so he might not look that tall. He's got wavy brown hair. If you're close enough to him, he's got this gorgeous smile and really nice teeth, which is probably his only redeeming quality. And his cat, Sasha, well, he's calling it Sasha. It's a big, fat, like blonde cat.
A yellow
Big
cat.
fat blonde cat.
Okay. That he's
Yellow
calling
cat.
Sasha.
Look for the guy with a nice set of teeth.
Yeah. With the pretty teeth.
Sasha.
Total
Pretty-
fraud. Don't buy it.
All right.
Wow. This is I don't know if we've ever had a second date update quite like this.
Nope.
Catching them in,
Red-handed.
in an act.
Yep.
Huh.
Well, thanks for the intel.
Yeah, for sure.
When I live in Clifton, I'll keep my eyes out for him.
Please do snap a photo if you.
Please
Because
do.
sometimes people will sit out, or like kind of by the movie theater by Habanero. They'll like play their music, or there's someone with an animal.
Yeah, does he play any instruments? Will he be playing like box drums or anything?
Nope, but the cat is on a leash, which is, you can't miss it.
Okay.
What's the greatest nation in the world, Shelley?
Cincinnati.
Nope. Donation.
Donation. Oh, God. That's terrible.
That's the sign I use when I'm out there.
Stop. Have you seen that sign before?
I have. I thought it was
wow.
very clever.
That is
I
clever.
had to give money for that one.
That is clever.
Well, thank you for checking in with us. Appreciate the heads
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Good luck out there.
Thanks.
You bet. Yeah, I love Second Date Update Week. And we rerun these every hour because we got listeners coming and going every hour. So.
Yeah. Want to make sure everybody hears it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you missed any part of that, we're going to replay it again. The first part in about a half an hour. So.
There you go. Good to go.
In the meantime,
Yeah, if you need a little help with the second date update, we are your people. Just send us an email, Jeff and Jenn at WKRQ.com.
so each day this week, we're going to call a dad to spin the wheel of meat.
For
of meat
Father's
is
Day.
back.
That's right. And what would dad want more than meat? Because we got meat.
So, Father's Day is this weekend?
Sunday.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So what kind of meat is on the wheel this year, Jeff?
Oh,
what
we
do
got the porterhouse, the
Yeah.
ribeye,
Nice.
the rump roast.
Rump roast.
Yeah, among other things.
There's a
Yeah.
thick pork loin
Oh.
that's kind of weighing one
Sweet.
side of the wheel over. So
Yeah.
give it a good
Ew.
spin.
Yeah.
Queen City sausage, all kinds of good stuff.
What is your favorite meat, fellas?
Oh, what about a nice filet or salmon? Salmon is meat, Jeff.
I had salmon last night. It was excellent.
See?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hard to choose, isn't it?
really is.
I'm not a big, I enjoy eating meat, but I'm not a big meat guy. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, you're not.
No, I
man.
get more excited about sides and
Yeah, but like I was
dipping
going to say,
sauces.
but at
and-
Kroger, if you go to their seafood counter, you can make those seafood like how you want it. You can get like seasonings on it, or you can get it on a plank.
Yep.
Very
Plank.
exciting.
So make it any way you want.
Plank, flank.
They come seasoned. They get ready to grill, or you could do it yourself.
Nice.
Yeah, show Dad some love this Father's Day with big savings, great grilling recipes, and delicious drinks at Kroger. You can also get 4 times the fuel points on gift cards. Good to know. Go to Kroger.com to check out all their great deals for Dad. Kroger, fresh for everyone. And we will play the Wheel of Meat in less than 10 minutes. In the meantime,